If you must be wealthy, you must invest. There are some persons that when something happened, probably in their family or they have some other things to do, once the shop is closed, the earning is closed. It shouldn't be.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're participating from. This is the next board, and I'm your host, Precious Ozems. And I'm so thrilled that you're joining us today. But first, I'd like to thank my man of God, my pastor, Pastor Chris. Pastor, thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity you're giving to us as young people to make a difference and make an impact in our world today. And I also like to thank the president of the Love One Next, Pastor Derek Iseko. Pastor, thank you so much, sir. I love you. Last time we spoke about money, and the psychology of money. And so today we're going to be talking still on money, the money series. And I trust that you had a good time, you enjoyed yourself the last time and learned so much from what we shared. On today's edition, we have someone very spectacular, someone very special. She is the CEO of T Clinic Enterprises. She also doubles as financial director at Smart Money for Africa Limited. And she's also a banker. We have on set with us today Mrs. Ajimoda Omotope Arigo.
Thank you so much.
It's so good to have you on set, ma. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. So, looking at our topic today, money and your attitude. We're talking about money and your attitude. Let's look at attitude firstly. What is attitude? Attitude is your thoughts. Attitude is your behavior. Attitude is your feelings. So when you're combining the two together, talking about money attitude, it means that how you feel about money, how you behave towards money, and your thoughts about money. We have some persons today, the mindset about money is scarce. So they see money as a scarcity commodity. So because of that, they go all around looking for money. You see young guys today, they want to do everything for money. You get, and that's why there's some things you're supposed to be doing because of the mindset of money is scarce. You see people hoarding it. You see people doing some shady things because they want to always have it at their custody alone. Okay, so looking at money and your attitude is talking about the thoughts towards money, your feelings towards money, and your behaviors towards money. And from observation, you discover that there are some persons that see money as a scarce commodity. And because of that, they hoard money. We have a second set of people, they are money chasers. They go after money, they can go everywhere because of money. While we have the third category of people, they are the people that feel that money is everywhere. Money is abundant for them. And what do? They just feel that, as far as there's money for me, I can spend it, I can use it, I can do whatever I like with money. Those are people that have money in abundance in their consciousness. And there's something in Proverbs 23:7. Your life is a reflection of your constant thoughts. Whatever you think about is what your life will reflect. There is God's plan of money for his children. There is God's plan of money for us. Money is the natural result of consistent delivery value through a disciplined daily process. So when a man of God is telling us about money telling us about money is constantly in the hearts of the poor, he's telling you that money should not be what you think about. From my definition, it's telling you that money is the end result you get when you are disciplined, constantly rendering value. The end result. So money is the result. So it means that if you're a young lady, if you're a young guy, if you're an old man, if you're an old woman, you're constantly doing something and you've not gotten the result, which is money, it means that you have to keep at it. It means that the value you're rendering is not enough to generate that result. And so, because of that, we'll be looking quickly into the things we need to do to constantly be in health and to prosper. The mind of God is for us to prosper, not just to have money. The mind of God is for us to constantly be in prosperity, not to have tomorrow and next tomorrow you're lacking and you're borrowing. It's talking about, so the first thing we need to do is you must have the mindset of wealth. To be financially free, to have the right attitude for money, you must first of all, have the right mindset for it. Now, you're not having the mindset for money itself, you're having the mindset to be wealthy. Because if you're having a mindset to have money, you can become a money chaser. If you're having a mindset to have money, you can start holding the money. Because once you see it, you feel like, oh, I've gotten the results, then you start holding. But now, it is having a mindset of constant having, where it gets to the point where your gate is constantly open and it's never shut. Where it gets to the point where everybody comes around to look for you, to bring the abundance to you. Why? Because your value has been seen. I said, the first step of financial success is believing it is possible. He said, I hope in all things that you be in health and you prosper. That is his mindset for you. You didn't tell him to tell you. You were not there when he was saying it. This is what, when he sees Precious, he's seeing Precious, oh my daughter, I want Precious to be in health. I want Precious to prosper. That is his mindset. So because he has said that, you need to believe it. You must believe that, oh, there is prosperity for me. I should be wealthy. Because the moment you fail to believe that there is something we call wealth and there is prosperity, you can never be wealthy. So when we talk about prosperity, when we talk about wealth, we talk about money, so you it's like, oh, it's for some set of people. So you it's like, it doesn't exist. Oh, it's one of those things that just cajoling us about. Oh, they are too sweet talking us about. So the first thing first is you must believe it. You must have the mentality of a wealthy man. How does a wealthy man think? A wealthy man thinks solution. A wealthy man thinks value. A wealthy man thinks creation. A man that does not think wealthy thinks scarcity. A man that does not think wealthy thinks how do I call it now? It thinks
You said scarcity. It's not available. They're not available.
It's not available. You know, when a wealthy man is thinking about production, he is thinking about consuming. That's the word, consuming. He wants to consume everything. While the other man is thinking of, I want to produce. Do you see it now? A man that is not wealthy, a man does not have a wealthy mindset, is thinking of, oh, there's a problem here. He's running away to join another company or another business that does not have problem. But a wealthy man looks at the problem and proposes solution. And money comes to you when people see the solution you profile and they are using it for their own use. So there's a mindset of the wealthy. So the first thing you do is you reconfigure your mind. You tell yourself that since God said He wants me prosperous, then prosperity is mine, then I can be wealthy. So that brings us to the next point where I have to talk about you increasing your earning, increasing your income, So what you do, a lot of people are working right now, like I am working, and you ask me, how do I increase my income? Are you amazed that I do other side also? I sell. Is it because my salary is small? No, but because I want to have multiple streams of income. Like the last speaker spoke, talked about, he said a lot of things about fashion, and I was just laughing like, oh wow, I love what he's talking about. And so I now sat down and I thought about, I said, okay, there can be a fashion designer out there looking at us. How do I increase my earning through fashion? The first question you look at yourself is that, ask yourself, do I have a shop or do I have a place where I made this clothes? Yes, I do. So the next thing you do is, what then do I need to do? Apart from having people to come and bring clothes, because if you notice, it is not all the time people have to bring clothes to you. So the next thing you do is you start thinking of, what do people need to complement their outfit? You start selling it. You sell accessories, you sell materials.
Yeah.
Then the third thing is, after selling those things, then the next thing you think of, there's some persons that will just come to your store and they're waiting for you to finish what you're sewing, and after doing that, they rush up to go do makeup. Why not partition your shop, as they're waiting, another person is doing makeup. Instead of taking the makeup money outside, that is you thinking, that is you producing, that is you thinking of a value that somebody, will consume. Then the next thing is, some persons can just sit as they're sitting, you're still making the clothes, and they're thirsty. They want to go out there to buy egg-roll. They want to go out there to buy mineral. You can include that into your business. And don't forget, like I said, all of those things are to be splitted. You shouldn't have one account. Not say because, I'm a fashion designer, so it is just one account, Balumi and fashion. So all of the money should come into all of this should be segregated into different accounts. Then you split them. All of this income will be splitted into 40, 30, 20, 10. Then one of the ways to increase your earning is also you improve on yourself. When you improve on yourself, it will give you the ability to do more on what you're doing. And when you do more on what you're doing, what then follow is the results, which is money. Extra comes to you.
Yeah.
Now, after doing that, what then do I need to do? I have been able to save, I've been able to increase my money. How then do I become this wealthy? It brings me to the next one that talks about investing. If you must be wealthy, you must invest. What do I call investing? I said investing is sleeping while money works for you. Investing is you earning while you're sleeping. Investing is you relaxing while money comes in. Your gate is just open. Everybody is sleeping. Why people cannot live their own business, they must be there. There's some persons that when something happens, probably in their family or they have some other things to do, once the shop is closed, the earning is closed. It shouldn't be. There must be something you're investing in. Either you're there or not, it brings in money into your account. So how do you get that money to invest? It is your accumulated savings that you turn. Remember I said when you're saving, you get to a point where you have to turn your income that you're saving, you have to turn it to capital. You turn your capital to enterprise. You turn your enterprise to profits. How much are you saving? At the end of the day, you have 500,000. You don't want it to just be there doing nothing. Take it to the bank. Go and do a fixed deposit. You have invested. At the end of the year, you get something. Go to any bank, go and do treasury bill. Somebody will say, oh, that one is too small. It's very simple. Oh, you don't want to earn small, meaning you want to invest in what is big. It's simple. Just calculate. Look at, Bible in Ecclesiastes said there's time and there's time to plan. There's time to harvest. Yeah. So look at the things that people plant. Look at when the price is very low. Buy it and keep it. Then wait till the price is high. Start selling it. Invested. Very easy. Very simple. So you must find a place to invest. You can invest in smaller companies. You can invest in a lot of things. But if you want to take charge of your investment, you must ensure that you invest in what you know. Because the first principles of investing is knowledge. Don't invest in what you don't know. And that takes us to the last point. I think it is wealth creation and business growth. Like I said earlier, I said there's a way a wealthy man thinks.
Yeah, which is.
And a wealthy man thinks production. So for wealth creation, you don't. At that point, you don't work on jobs. You work on businesses. And when working on businesses, you're working on solution. A wealthy man, for example, China has captured Africa. There could be barely anything you're needing right now. If you go to Temu, I'm sure you've heard of Temu, you will see everything you need.
Your marketing strategy is very tight.
Very tight. That is a man thinking of the whole world. That is wealth. So for you to grow your business, you leave job, you start thinking of production. You start thinking of, and when you think of production, people don't buy product anymore. People buy solution. So what then do you need to do as a wealthy man? You sell results. We have a lot of people that has issues with, let's say, their teeth, for example. A man just sat down in his house and think of an artificial teeth. That is a man thinking of a solution. People will patronize him because we have a lot of people that need that service. So as a wealthy man, after you've invested and you have a lot of money, you start thinking of, what can I solve? What problem can I solve? And so this brings us to the last point, talking about giving. Giving cannot be overemphasized. We can talk about being financially wealthy without giving.
Must be a giver.
And the truth is that even those that are not Christian, not born again, they understand the principles of giving. Why some Christians murmur about giving? They understand the principle and they give. And the more they give, they become blessed. Why? Because money, like I said, is a result, is a tool. The amount of wealth you have is not the amount of money in your account, it's the amount of life you've been able to impact. So how much can your money impact life?
Wow, amazing. Like you've said so much, like I'm full of the things that you've shared with us, starting from the mindset, and then and now investments, certain things you can invest in. So these young people have questions. A lot of young people have questions that they would like to address, because we're trying as much as possible to be very practical in the things that we share, because the idea of this whole thing is for the positioning of the young people, for them to be able to identify steps they can do immediately, things they can actions they can take immediately that can set them and position them to fulfill God's will for their lives. And money is a tool, like we said. Money is a tool, and now this money, we're now trying to dissect it into piecemeals that they can eat, they can chew on, so that they can know what they can do. Because I want to know what I can do now, and that's the idea of what we're doing. So they have questions that I would like to ask. The first one of the question was, what do you think should be my financial priority as a young person? Like, what should I prioritize as financially as a young person?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. So the first thing I would say should be your number one priority is yourself.
Okay.
You must prioritize yourself. And in prioritizing yourself, you must invest in yourself.
Wow.
So after this podcast, look inward, look at yourself. What am I doing that I'm good at? I need to invest in that thing to do more, to get the result. Firstly, don't let the result, remember, money is a result you get after delivering value. So don't let the money be the focus. Yes, don't let it be the focus. Let
the value,
the reason. Yes, let your value. Giving. That's it. Let it be the number one point. So I also want to let the youth know that it is not enough to be busy. You can be busy and not productive.
Wow.
So you have to start getting productive. Be productive. Do something that is valuable.
All right, let's go to the next question, because we have quite a lot. Then we said, can you recommend financial resources that can aid financial learning, that have proven to work? Because we want to know the things that work, so that we can apply those things and then do those things. So are there financial resources that you think can aid financial learning?
Yes, there are a whole lot. We're in the age of technology, and right now we're in the age of AI.
Yeah.
So the first thing I will tell you is that go get the book. I'm always saying this. Go get the book, The Power of Your Mind. That is one tool. Then secondly, go get the book, The Rich Dad and the Poor Dad. Okay. Then go get the book, go get this book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Go get the book. Go also get Eat That Frog go get the book. Then also go on YouTube. We have a lot of renowned people, on YouTube talking about finance. You can check them out on YouTube, on podcasts. You can check them out. They're all there. When you check there, you listen to them. One thing about this thing is not about even knowing; it's about action. Don't forget, plan without action is just a wish. So after all of these things, by the time you start doing what you're told to do, you discover that your life starts moving from one level to another. So you must invest in yourself by getting to do those things. Sit down, listen to that person on YouTube talk about finance. Sit down, ensure you buy that book, read it from the beginning to the end, and every actionable plans are there, write them down and ensure you do them. By the time you do them, you'll be amazed that your question will not be, what do I need to do? Your question will be, how do I undo $1 billion? Because you'll have grown so much.
Hallelujah. I'm not supposed to say that. Thank you. The next question is, what are financial mistakes one should avoid?
Wow. So the financial mistake number one to avoid is, don't spend all you earn. Tell yourself, a part of all I earn is for me to keep. So don't forget your 20%. You must save. You must save. That is number one. Then number two, don't live above your earnings. Don't live above your earnings. Before you spend anything, you spend after you've divided 40, so you know which one applies to it. Then you know how much you're earning. You know how much you need to spend. Am I communicating? For example, your entertainment for 6 months is just 300,000, and probably there's a party or there's a birthday, and you're spending over 500,000 for that birthday. Where is the remaining 200,000 going to come from? Even if it is a dash, your dash should be split also into 30, 40, 20 principles. That's how it is. It is a principle, so you must follow it. Then the third one is that don't spend before you earn. I have a lot of people, they will tell you, please, can you please borrow me so amount? I'll be like, oh, how do you want? People say, I'm expecting so. What if it doesn't come? Don't spend before you earn.
Wow. Then, for those, there's something that you said, 40, 30, 20, that's the principle that you shared with us. And then, for some of us who do partnership, we believe in partnering with the gospel. We also, those givings, philanthropy, those things. So where does that money that we give, where should it come from? From that 40, that's 20?
There's a part of the scripture that talked about, I will not give God what does not cost me anything. So if I talk about 40, 30, 20 principle, it means that the givings will come from either your 30 or your 40. So it means that, for example, you love to have that nice shoe, and that nice shoe is cost 50,000 naira. You already projected for it that this month you want to get it. So if you're asked to give, your giving should come. That's you're depriving yourself from that. I can afford to say, from now till the end of the year, I want to start eating in the eatery. But because I know there is a giving I need to give at some point, I can just start to say, I don't want to spend like that. I want to start buying food stuff. I want to start cooking myself so that there will be something for me to give. And there's something about givings, each time you give, you increase. So you cannot
overgive.
Yes, you cannot overestimate giving. There are a lot of things that giving does for you that even your principles will not do. There are some open doors that come. There are some things that just happen because he said if you give lavishly, you receive what? Lavishly. That's
trying to say the piece of supernatural.
Yes.
There's always a piece of supernatural, irrespective of what you do.
Irrespective of the principles.
There's always a piece of supernatural.
you give to become more blessed.
Wow.
That's the truth. So you must do that.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much, Mrs. Water, for sharing with us on this wonderful topic on money. We have learned so much. I'm sure our viewers also have learned so much. So right about now, we're going to be celebrating the birthday of our highly esteemed Pastor Obey Zeko. Thank you so much, Pastor Ma. So on this podcast, we're saying happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for all that you do for us in the Love World Next. Thank you for pushing us. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for every single thing that you've done for us. So we are saying a happy, happy birthday to you. And we love you.
We love you, Ma. Happy birthday to you, Ma.
Happy birthday.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, Ma, for this deep insight. So we have something for you, which is this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So on behalf of the next board, we are gifting you this. Thank you so much for being on our show and for sharing with the young people the insights that could help them be all that God desires for their lives. So here, Ma.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, Ma, any last words for our viewers?
So last word for me today is whatever you're earning, no matter how small it is, ensure that you turn your income to capital, your capital to enterprise, and your enterprise to profit. Thank you so much.
Wow. This is so amazing and so, refreshing. This shows that first, your mindset plays a key role in whoever you are, in positioning you to achieving everything that God has desired for your life. And then the importance of principles, because everything that our guests shared with us were based on principles, the 40, the 30, the 20, and the 10%, which has proven to work. And also you understanding that you have to turn your income into capital and turn your capital into enterprise, and also turn your enterprise into profit. And then also don't forget the place of the supernatural, because being born again, the place of supernatural is also very important. I'd like to thank all our viewers for being a part of this episode of Money. Don't forget to drop your questions. If you have questions, feel free to ask your questions, and we'll be glad to enlighten more and then ask our guests so that we can answer your questions. Thank you so much for joining us. I also like to finally thank our man of God, Pastor Chris, for the opportunity and the president of the Love World Next. I love you so much, Pastor Sir. And to our viewers, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to watch us on our next episode, which will still be on money. See you next time. Thank you.